You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv's combined November-December episode. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, we have some Fiscal Learning Center updates. The FLC has 2 videos for us. David Tsymbal has some Fiscal Service Center ticket information. SCO's James Anderson has some SARD division updates. And Thao Au from the Supplier Management and Reporting Team will bring us some SRPP 2025 1099 reporting information. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Fiscal Learning Center. Job aids and materials. Fiscal 008 Create and Maintain Allocations. Fiscal 079, Configuring Microsoft Excel Smart View Settings for Hyperion and Single Sign-On. Fiscal 086, Escheatment Processing. Fiscal 391B, SCO Approval of Corrections or Adjustments to AR Deposits Remittances. Fiscal 429, Customer Contract Amendment. Fiscal 473, Void Payment, Stop Payment, Escheat and Close CTS Checks. Fiscal 504, Warrant Voucher Spreadsheet Upload Interface Inbound are all updated. Fiscal 540, Inter-Unit Reimbursement Customer Contracts. And Fiscal 565, Department Pay Cycle with approvals and check signature images are new. Since our last show, more than 60 online classes have been updated. You can find all of this information in an email that was sent out on Friday, November 7th. You can also log into the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen and click on the See What's New tile to see the list of updated information. Videos. Fiscal TV, Episode 70 from September 25th, 2025 is new. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Fiscal credentials. You can access the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Fiscal Client Training section at Fiscal Learning Center at fiscal.ca.gov. The FLC has 2 videos for us today. Here's number 1.
Heads up, Fiscal users. Get excited because the Fiscal Learning Center's event calendar is ready for registrations. Get ready to mark your calendars. That's right. Virtual instructor-led trainings and flipped classroom Q&A sessions are now open for enrollment. To register for a session or sign up for a course, log into the Fiscal Learning Center. You can access the event calendar or browse training. In addition to our virtual instructor-led trainings, we offer flipped classroom curriculums. Flipped classrooms are self-paced, fully online versions of all the content you can find in VILTs. But you can do them in your own time and at a pace that works for you. The FLC offers a number of flipped classroom courses, including AP 1003, Voucher Processing, and PO 1001, Requisition Functionality, and more. Make sure to follow your department's training policy prior to registering for a class. Once approved, you'll get a confirmation email with everything you need to know to access your training. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today. Spots are limited and you don't want to miss this awesomeness. If you have any questions, please submit a ticket to the FisCal Service Center.
David Tsymbal has some important ticket information for us today. David, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jim. At FisCal, we are committed to delivering excellent customer service and resolving tickets promptly for all of our users. We process requests on a first-come, first-served basis to ensure fairness in addressing inquiries. If you have an urgent request, please escalate it by emailing fiscalservicecenter@fiscal.ca.gov with a valid justification for the escalation. Please note that all tickets are continuously monitored and worked on. Our assigned analysts will provide updates to both the caller and the watch list as soon as they are available. As a reminder, end users can monitor their tickets through the ServiceNow self-service portal, where they can review status updates, make comments, and add attachments to their tickets. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation.
Thanks, David. SCO's James Anderson has some SARD updates for us. James, welcome to Fiscal TV.
Thanks, Jim. As 2025 comes to a close, our team at the SCO's State Accounting and Reporting Division remains thankful for our ongoing partnerships. As many of you know, we are currently working with department accounting teams throughout the state to produce the next annual comprehensive financial report. This follows our last two ACFRs in a row that we published in under 9 months. Even more significant, the report we're currently compiling is for the 2024-25 fiscal year that just ended, meaning we are no longer working in the past to play catch-up. Following several years of hard work, and with the support of budget resources delivered by the legislature and the governor, we've reached a major milestone. We've worked hand in hand with departments to share technical expertise and gap training where needed. We automated and improved processes. We worked with departments to mitigate issues that would delay ACFR production or may have resulted in audit findings. That said, the proper accounting and reporting of taxpayer dollars is an essential function of California state government. Through their good work, state accounting teams provide a guarantee that budget funding is tracked and spent where it's needed. Bond financing is an essential component for infrastructure projects. Transparent financial statements are key to unlock bond financing by demonstrating that California's debt is a worthy investment. And our financial statements are what bolster our state's status as the world's 4th largest economy. So, as this year comes to a close, we want to again thank all of our partners for sharing our dedication to this critical work. A little bit of detail. In late October, we provided 2 updates to assist departments with GAAP basis year-end reporting. First, we shared a GAAP accruals, policies, and procedures template. Second, we updated the GAAP manual to include appendices for grant accruals and look-back analyses. As always, we hope these updates are useful and help limit headaches or delays. One last update before I close. The SEO is aggressively working toward migrating the state's accounting book of record to FisCal in July 2026, and the reporting book of record in July 2027. We continue to work diligently with our project teams on the needed tasks and testing, and we'll have more to share in future updates. From all of us at the SEO State Accounting and Reporting Division, we thank you for your ongoing partnerships and wish you a happy, healthy, and successful 2026. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, James. It's always a pleasure to have you with us here on Fiscal TV. Let's take a look at the second video from the FLC.
Have you checked out the FLC Introduction to Power BI curriculum recently? There have been some updates. We are always updating and adding new content, so it only makes sense for us to notify you when we do. Then you aren't left out on the latest and greatest that FisCal has to offer. Check out the newest content we've added to or updated in the FLC. If you're interested in learning more about PBI, just search for Power BI using the search bar. Click the Show More option to see an expanded view of all that the Power BI curriculum has to offer. The FLC will send out new and updated video announcements as they become available, so stay tuned for regular updates. If you have any questions, we are here to help. Submit a ticket to the FSC.
Thanks to the FLC for today's videos. You can watch these videos again when we post this episode of FiscalTv to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. You can also watch all of the FLC videos at the Fiscal Learning Center. Thao Au from the Supplier Management and Reporting team is with us today, and she has some SRPP 2025 1099 reporting information. Thao, welcome to FiscalTv.
Hi, thank you, Jim, and thank you for giving me another opportunity to remind the departments about the SRPP for the 2025 calendar year of the 1099.
Great. Let's get going with our first question. How can SRPP support all departments in 1099 filings for the 2025 calendar year?
So the SRPP State Reportable Payments Program is encourage the state agency compliance with the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, and the franchise tax law, FTB, 1099 reporting requirements. The SRPP supports both the fiscal departments and the departments who are deferred or exempt from the fiscal to report 1099 through the fiscal system. The system will consolidate all the state agency 1099 for each supplier to generate the 1099 forms using the fiscal information as the payer. Because the fiscal system only supports the functionality of the 1099 NEC, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099 interest, and the 1099G. So SRPP participants who need the 1099S, 1098F, or the confidential payments will need to be reported outside of the fiscal system. In this case, the 1099 for each supplier will not be consolidated across all the agency. 1099 process outside of fiscal will be generated per recipient for each agency using the agency information as the payer. And regardless if the 1099 is generated through the fiscal system or outside of the fiscal system, Fiscal and SEO will generate the 1099 in the text file format according to the IRS publication 1220 for electronic filing with the IRS and FTB, and then provide the 1099 forms to the SEO disbursements team for printing and mailing to meet the IRS deadline on January 31st, 2026. A cover letter will be enclosed with each 1099 forms, which is really important for the 1099 process through the fiscal system because it shows the breakdown of the 1099 amounts with the department's name. And your department just need to pay attention to the third or the final trimester communications that was sent in early December, which provide more information and important due dates.
Okay, Thao, tell us, what are the important due dates for the 2025 1099 reporting?
So there will be two deadlines for the calendar year 2025, which depend on how your data will be processed. So for the 1099 process outside of fiscal, our team SEO, supplier management, and reporting team SMART will need to receive the complete 1099 template that fill out by your departments, which provide the 1099 data from January 1st through December 31st of 2025. And the due date will be on January 5th, 2026. For the departments reporting the 2025 1099 through the fiscal system, the due date is January 6th, 2026. And the departments are required to submit the certified summary and detailed 1099 reports showing the 1099 reportable payments from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025 to our team following the instructions in the final trimester communication for 2025 calendar year 1099. And it's important to meet these two deadlines because it's really hard to grant any extension. It's because our team also has the due date with the SCO disbursement team, who partners with us to help with printing and mailing.
Okay. And when does Fiscal or SCO send the final trimester communication for 2025 1099s?
So the final 1099 communications will be sent in early December. And to prepare for the final year or the year-end 1099 reviews, our team suggests the fiscal departments to review the 1099 reports 3 times per calendar year. So your departments will receive trimester communication through the fiscal CMO channels, as well as the SEO listserv distribution system. Each communications with the due dates reminds the departments about the 1099 validation. The first trimester communication is often sent in May, reminding fiscal departments to start reviewing the 1099 data, which is recommended to collect the 1099 reportable payments from January to April. And besides that, our team also wants to obtain confirmation if any fiscal departments expect to have 1099-S, 1098-F, or any other 1099 reportable withholding types that need to be processed outside of fiscal. Trimester communication is often sent in September, reminding the fiscal departments to review the 1099 summary and detailed reports. And the departments suggest to continue review the 1099 from May to August. And for the second trimester review, the departments may choose to conduct a more comprehensive analysis by running and gathering the 1099 reportable data from January to August. And this is just the suggested timeline for the first and the second trimester review. You can select whatever timeframe that works best for your departments. The purpose of the first and the second trimester review is to prepare for the year-end reviews. And when your departments receive the third or the final trimester communications in early December, it will provide the deadlines in early January. This is when the departments are required to validate both the fiscal summary and detailed 1099 reports, which collects the 1099 data of the full calendar year from January 1st to December 31st, 2025. And for the deferred exempt departments, it will be similar to the fiscal departments that you will receive the trimester communications through the fiscal CMO channel and SEO listserv system around the same time in May, September, and December. The first trimester communication is to obtain the confirmation of the deferred exam departments to confirm the decisions if you will participate in the SRPP and if you will have any 1099-S or 1098-F. The communication will also list the steps to prepare deferred exam departments to import the 1099 from your legacy system into the fiscal system. And whenever your department is ready, you can start to import the 1099 from January to April and validate your import data by running the summary and detailed reports. Moving to the second trimester review, the deferred exam departments may need to reconfirm again if you change the decisions in participating in the SRPP. For SRPP participants, you can continue to import the 1099 payments from May to August. And it is important that the departments do not import or add duplicate 1099 information, which already exists in the system, or successfully import into the fiscal system. Some defer or exam departments may prefer to import the 1099 data at a different timelines during the first and the second trimester review, which is fine. So it really depends on when you are ready and how often you want to import the 1099 data that will work best for your department. Again, both the first and the second trimester review is to prepare for the final trimester review. And the departments will receive the communication in December, which will have the due date in early January. And this is the important deadline that deferred exam departments will need to provide the certified final reportable payments report, both summary and detailed report from January 1st to December 31st, 2025. Any departments, including both fiscal departments and deferred exam departments, who has the 1099 process outside of fiscal, after our team obtain your confirmation during the first trimester review, we will send another email notification to specific department user in September during the second trimester review to obtain more information, including the volume. It could be just an estimate with the specific 1099 type or special reasons that your departments decide to report, or your departments would need to report the 1099 outside of fiscal. This information will help our team to plan ahead, including the envelope ordering. And in December, your department received the third trimester communication. This is when the Excel template with the instructions how to complete the template, as well as the reminder of the deadlines in January will be provided to your departments. For 2025 1099, January 5th, 2026 is when your departments will need to provide our team SEO Smart the complete template with all the 1099 data from January 1st to December 31st, 2025.
Okay, tell us how to import the 1099 data into the fiscal system and what can be done if 1099 discrepancies are found in the summary and detailed reports.
So there are two options to do the 1099 adjustment, to import the 1099 or to do any adjustment to fix the discrepancy in the fiscal system. The first option is that the departments can do the 1099 manual adjustment following the Job Aid number 23A, issuing correct new 1099. This option allows the departments to manually add the missing 1099 or adjust 1099 entry into the fiscal system. And the departments can either manually add each 1099 transactions with individuals' 1099 amounts or adding a lump sum 1099 amount as long as it belongs to the same 1099 withholding type and class in the same calendar year. With these options, when the departments make the manual adjustment, you want to make sure that the supply ID that you select is marked with 1099 withholding and the desired 1099 withholding type and class that you want to use are available. And the payment day, as well as the declaration day for your manual adjustments, need to be in the calendar year of 2025. And for example, if you make the manual adjustment in January 2026, the adjust entry will have the payment day and declaration day default with the 2026 day. So that's why you want to ensure that wherever you make the manual adjustment, the payment day and the declaration day should be the day within the calendar year that you want to report the 1099. And the second option that the departments can use to import 1099 or make adjustments is the 1099 interface. And the 1099 interface recommends if your department has a high volume of 1099 entries or adjust 1099 entries. You can refer to the Job Aid in fiscal number 418, 1099 withholding adjustment interface. The 1099 interface allows the departments to upload the 1099 data or adjust entry. It's just that your departments do not want to upload the 1099 data that already successfully transferred into the fiscal system. And when you use the 1099 interface, the supplier ID must be in approved status, open for ordering, and 1099 withholding applicable with the desired 1099 type and class. The declaration date must be within the corresponding day of the calendar year that you want to report. And for this year, it would be 2025. You can use the actual payment day or any corresponding day that you want to use for the 2025.
Okay, and the fiscal summary and detailed reports, how are they obtained?
So your departments can look at the fiscal job aid number 417, run the 1099 reportable payments report. And this is an example of the fiscal screen where you will start and that you need to have the detailed report select. And if you want to review the detailed report for 2025 1099 for the year ends report, this is the required field that need to be selected. And because it's the final review with all the 1099 data from January 1st to December 31st, 2025, you want to make sure to select all the information. Next, here is the example of how you would select the required field to run the summary report in the fiscal system for the year-end review in December. And this is what we would need to make sure that it's cover the full calendar year and it include all the data of the 1099. This is the example of the detailed 1099 report in the fiscal system. It will display the detail of the 1099 payments. It shows the invoice information, voucher ID information, the 1099 classifications, the 1099 amounts, and your departments would need to pay attention to all transactions, even if it's less than $600, to ensure that everything is reported accurately. And it's because the fiscal system generates the 1099s across all the agency. So any 1099 amount will need to be reviewed truthfully. This one is an example of the summary 1099 report in fiscal. It will show the mailing address to deliver 1099 to the supplier. And then it will also show the subtotal 1099 amount for each 1099 type and class, as well as the total 1099 amounts. And both summary and the detailed report should show the same 1099 information or the same total amounts.
Thao, thank you so much for presenting this today. One last question. If departments have any questions regarding this, who should they contact?
The departments can contact our team for the 1099 questions at fiscalsmart1099help@sco.ca.gov.
Thao, thanks once again. We always appreciate you being here, and I know this is really important information. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank David Tsymbal, James Anderson, and Thao Au for being with us. And as always, thank you for joining us. If you would like to see this or any of our Fiscal TV episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at Fiscal TV, thanks for being with us today. We look forward to bringing you another year of informative programs beginning in January. We'll see you then, and happy holidays from all of us here at Fiscal TV.